So I'm not going to go over that in detail again, other than to say deadlines tomorrow and good luck. So Evgeny, and for everybody, all we're looking for is, 2 minutes max. I mean, there's 25 of us, 36 of us here, so we've got about an hour to get through. So really short, what's happened since last time? What's the next milestone that you're approaching? And when are you likely to achieve it?
Okay. My project is Charles Hoskinson in Russian. This is translation of Charles Hoskinson YouTube video. I have started only a week ago because that's time we received the funds. So for this 1 week, I have found the translator for the Alex Friedman podcast. If you know this 5 hours video with Charles Hoskinson, I think that the good thing would be to start with this video. And I've got 1 hour of translation for this video already, and hopefully till 10th of December, we will finish transcription and translation in Russian, and next week we will start to dubbing the video. So that's I have accomplished for the last week and my plans for the next.
Fantastic. Thanks, Evgeny. Great stuff. Martin, coming to you.
Yeah, welcome everybody. We got a really special time the last 10 days. We started our live sale, our NFT Ada Quest live sale on Sunday. We are so happy that the server holds, because it was near 100% server load. So it was amazing to see guys rushing in, and of course seeing that the website worked and all the scripts worked. So really a milestone was reached last Sunday. And from that point on, our community grows. So we got around 250 members on our Discord server. We started with, I guess, 10 or 12, something like this. So this was amazing. Also, the Twitter followers are growing. And what we are currently concentrating on is giving a lot back to the community, like posting a roadmap from our Jira system. So, Jira tasks will be posted bi-weekly. I guess this is the right term in English. So every 2 weeks will be posted an update on this. We like to do something like this week in Ada Quest, so the community is informed what is going on, because we see that if
Martin, can I just to sort of draw, we need to keep it to time, if that's all right.
Okay.
I really apologize. I do want to have as much info as possible, but we're just gonna run out of time. Actually, and actually, there is one thing. If you don't mind, I can draw it to a close there. I've just thought to mention one other bit of housekeeping. I think probably by the next time we have this meeting, we're going to have a more dynamic way of providing these updates. What we're going to probably trial is, and this is driven by what's happened with Summit, with the uploading of videos that's going to go into this loop. I think we're just going to experiment with you guys providing us with a 2 to 3 minute video update that you then submit, and then that should take away some of the pain, right? And then we can come together and we can talk about some cohort driven stuff.
Okay.
Like, what does it mean to be, part of a cohort? How can we help each other? All this kind of good stuff. Okay.
Yeah, so sounds good. I'm running out of time. 2 minutes was that fast, Chris? Really? Okay. So Javier, I would like to pass it over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm glad to see everybody. Okay, we are very excited right now because in only 1 week, our team of 4 engineers have two robots sharing information and image through the testnet through the Cardano blockchain in only 1 week. Okay, it's really amazing. We are preparing a video to prove that, no, and everybody can see how we are doing all these things. Just open a GitLab repository that have all this code right now accessible to all our universities around the world that have the robot. And the next challenge is a big challenge for us, is how to send more image than 10 kilobytes through the Cardano blockchain. No? This is our challenge for the next week. But we are very excited, no? Because we are in the right way, and we can do a really amazing video for this. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks, Javier. So I'm going to ask you to pass the baton on, and then actually, just for everybody coming from now on, just mention what your project title is again.
Sorry. Yeah, right. It's artificial intelligence. Okay, and ML. Okay.
Awesome.
So sorry.
Who are you handing over to, Javier?
Thank you so much.
Who do you want to hand to? You pick someone.
Oh, I can't hear you very well. Sorry.
If you pick someone to hand over to, and then they will speak after you.
Okay. Is Efni Shereda? Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool. So also just one other thing, I'm a day early. So you've got 2 days to get your final deadline proposals in. I'm going crazy. I think it's Wednesday when it's actually Tuesday. So Javier, I didn't catch who you were going to hand over to, so I'm just going to pick someone. Aiden.
I can see this. I'm having problems with my laptop.
That's okay, Javier. I'll pick for you.
Okay, Aiden. Thank you. So sorry. Thank you. So sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Great. Hey everybody, my name's Aiden. I'm with the PlayerMint project, PlayerMint token system for gamers. Kind of a fun thing that we've been working on, at least from like a team perspective, is we have decided to originally we were going to build our own wallet application so that our users could use our own wallet in order to interact with this kind of gamer token system. And what we kind of decided is it'd be best to use something like Nami Wallet, Yoroi, Daedalus, and use some sort of connector in order to allow our users to connect to the wallet or connect to our system and have that act as an account. So the experience, instead of going through like a KYC login process, instead the experience is more similar to like OpenSea or interacting with Uniswap, where you just connect a wallet and that acts as your login to the account. So in the past week, we figured out how to decentralize the product and make it much more interoperable with other systems. And that's kind of been a really fun journey. Takes a load off of our developers, as well as makes the user experience a little bit more unique and enjoyable. As for an upcoming milestone we have going on, we're currently going through a process of developing out founder NFTs. So basically what these are is PlayerMint NFTs, with the major purpose being offering utility to the holders within the PlayerMint system. So for example, if you hold one of these NFTs leading up to our drop or our platform launch, you'd get benefits like in the form of tournaments that we host and things like that that are exclusive to token holders. And then at launch, you get exclusive product benefits specifically for holding this like founder NFT. So kind of trying to demo out that how can we create utility-based NFTs within communities. So we're really excited about that and everything we got going on there.
Great stuff, Aiden. Hand the baton.
I'll hand it over to Ken Adams.
Thanks, Aiden. All right, so my can we hear me all right? I just reset my entire office, which is one of those major milestones. I took over half of the office downstairs, working on some security opportunities. So interview with Q is my proposal. Node and SPO, kind of getting our commits leveled and a better understanding. So 3 of the videos in that series is about what is a node or stake pool operations. What's that all about? Just updating, hard fork coming up. That's a big one. So just finished updating mine to 1.29.0. So I'll be doing the tutorial on the second relay to show kind of how to do that from an idiot's perspective. NFTs, bought my first ones, started getting into that market, meeting a bunch of those yahoos, loving them, learning what that's all about, but going to start getting into the what is the practical application for NFTs, for ownership and DIDs and things along those lines. So really it's the big wins right now are about learning different elements, and then hooked up with Allison Fromm for some good basics understanding, to really get back to that first couple chapters. My milestones for the next 2 weeks really cover drafting the scripts. I learned long form is going to be the best way to do it, so it's easier translatable. We're going to do the videos in shorter, compact, succinct versions, but this may end up turning into long form. 1 video equals 1 chapter in a book in the future. So I really need to start drafting and writing out what each video, what's the content of that. And when you watch the video, you get that succinct version. So, write it long, speak short, and speak to that end. So that's where I'm at. Chris, any questions?
Sounds good, Ken. Sounds good. Sounds like you're going along a lightning.
So speaking of learning about NFTs, I'm gonna tap Kyle Solomon right now and say, what's up?
Hey, did you get some jet chickens?
Not yet.
Right on. Hey guys, so my core project is the Doge IoT project. And so I have a few proposals of things that I'm working on. And ultimately, the goal is to create a peer-to-peer marketplace where customers can define Lego-like implementations and define how it works via GUI. And then basically enable one-click replication of that and create a peer-to-peer marketplace where other people in the world can kind of mimic what they've done with open hardware, plug it together, and then just buy how it works, right? And monetize it. That's the end goal. So what we've got is we've got a platform. It's totally functional. We've got customers with the whole GUI component specification. We spin hardware. We've spun some hardware's come back. Some's come back bad, but we've revised it, and that's all good. We took a bit of a detour with the ISPO stuff that's happening. And so what we've opted to do.
I want to bring you back on track. I just need your update since last time, because otherwise
I'll have utility in about 6 hours. We'll deploy utility on Cardano. That's the update.
Amazing. That's super exciting. Hey, Carl, so what's after that? What's next?
Utility for space coins. And then and we've got development lined up for the smart contract. So we've got to let Plutus mature in that regard. But this week we'll have more Hydron applications. Hydron's been moved into mainnet mode, so that's all good. And it's just a lot of shit's happening. So this week's going to be a really big week.
Big, man. Congrats. Really, really happy to hear that. By the way, guys, whilst you're talking, I'm going to add a link. I don't know if you caught that second part of Charles's talk, was it yesterday, about smart contracts and beyond? And he linked where he showed a really, really long systematic survey of smart contract approaches. I'll put that document in the chat because it's pretty interesting. Carl, do you want to hand over to someone else?
Yeah, go ahead, Quinn.
I actually bought jet chickens yesterday. I have a really good news. My marketplace is going on track. I had the Cardano based marketplace, by the way. As of right now, I will be having the alpha token sale marketplace live on the 12th when the hard fork event happens. It's going to be really different than anything else you're going to see. It's going to be like a locally run community-based marketplace where you have to compile your own smart contracts and trust everyone else's smart contracts second. And the goal is to create a fully decentralized solution that doesn't rely on any type of centralized things. This is going to go live. It works. Everything is going to be open source. It's going to be really fun. look forward to that. Come and join it, check it out. Fund 5, my proposal on Fund 5 is the off-chain computations. I need PAB to exist for that proposal to work. So that's getting put onto the back burner right now. When PAB is ready to the point where I can do that, I will go hee-ho into that. And I got some fun 6 proposals coming out. You should check them out on Project Catalyst. Yeah, that's about it. Let's get Valen Smith.
Excellent. Hi, everybody. I'm Valen with the Proof Protocol. Our project is Proof.io media-rich NFTs on Cardano. In the past couple of weeks, we've been working on, a lot of things really, but primarily we've been working on revamping our market strategy and web presence. It was kind of homegrown, and we're bringing it more into the professional space. We've been focusing a lot on cross-chain marketing. It's been interesting to learn about what people latch onto in different spaces, because we're a cross-chain protocol. So we're on Ethereum and Polygon now, and bridging over to Cardano is part of what we're doing with our Fund 4 proposal here. But besides that, we've been working on getting some interns on for helping us with internal auditing, etc. And we've actually just gotten our early opportunity staking contracts back from external audit. So that's a really big deal for us, because that means our holders can, start accumulating our utility token, and that brings more people into our space. Looking forward into the future, we've been attempting to reach out to Milko Meta for bridging ourselves to Cardano in a simpler fashion before full smart contract integration later on. And we've been looking at places to list our utility token for an exchange listing and IDO options, things like that. Besides that, we're keeping up on it. I'm going to go ahead and pass off to Dominic Tillman.
You go, Valen. Nice to meet you. Thanks very much for the update.
Nice to meet you as well.
Good evening, guys. My name is Dominic. My proposal is the tutorial for community advisors. And as you can imagine, I had some quite busy days in the last week. And on Saturday, I was able to present my first draft to 40 new CAs in the Swarm session. So I was able to have a trial run on my tutorial, and feedback was nice. And tomorrow I'm gonna record the final version, and I'm also able to promote it in the aftertunnel. So I think it's I'm already done for my Fund 6 version, and happy to be on time for Fund 6 assessment stage. So that's it.
Amazing. Well, Dominic, and I've responded to you as well, so you finally got the bits from me.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Did check the mails today.
Who are you handing to?
Stephen.
Thank you, Dominic. I'm Stephen Whittlestall, the Quality Assurance DAO, and I'm doing a QA assessment of the Fund 5 governance process. So I'm documenting and tracking the whole experience of the cohort and what it's like to report, and with a view to see how we can improve our reporting and to see what current state it's in. So I've been continuing with that documentation. I've also been meeting with other members of Cohort who are involved and interested in funding reporting data, like George and Pace, Rowan, ABGov, and Phil Kay, with a view to have a meeting with IOHK together on how we can improve the reporting process. But I haven't had any response to emails on that quite yet. I'm also putting in a Fund 6 proposal on distributed audibility, which aims to build upon improvements to the reporting process by looking at reporting workflows and automating them using continuous integration tools. I've just put in the final touches to that proposal, which I'll submit on Thursday. Thanks.
Great, Stephen.
And if I could hand over to James.
Hey everybody, my name is James, one of the co-founders of Gimbal Labs. I think Roberto's on this call too. My Fund 5 proposal was about onboarding folks to Catalyst, but the ecosystem has changed so much since we wrote that proposal that we're pivoting a little bit because we're so impressed by what the Catalyst School is doing. And so we are exploring ways to bring people who have Catalyst proposals deeper in as fast as possible so they can understand the implications, right? We probably a lot of people on this call know that a lot of folks show up with ideas and wide-eyed about what they're going to build on blockchain, but then figuring out the actual implications of those ideas is really, really hard. And so we're looking at ways to help people do that, and then to connect people so that work is not being repeated. So one example of this would be that,
James, I would suggest maybe we keep the examples. Let's just do the report.
All set. All right, that was fun. No, thanks.
No. What's your update? So what's happened since last time? What's the next milestone?
Oh, since last time. Yeah, we are exploring ways to our update is that we've met a lot of people who showed up for Fund 6 of Project Catalyst, not knowing anybody, and we welcomed them in and we gave them the lay of the land and said, look, here's the components that have been built so far, and here's where you're really going to push the conversation. So really trying to help proposers find homes in this community and people they can talk to.
Awesome, man. What's next? What's the next milestone?
And the next milestone, it's hard. I can't encapsulate that in a sentence, so I'm going to pass on that for now. Hope to have some worthwhile things to share with everybody.
James, please pass over.
Thank you. I'll pass it on to DC.
Thanks, James. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Dwayne Cameron, co-founder of Liquid. I think our past 2 weeks have been mostly development of some PAB-related tools. So trying to basically build our own instance of this and all the tooling we need to deploy our contracts using the PAB, or at least the variation of it that we're working on. The liquidation contract endpoints, fixing some things in governance to fix and play smoothly with the 16 kilobyte transaction size limit. Those have kind of been the major milestones for us on the development side. The front end's coming along. The app is close to being ready for a beta launch. The real major milestone is we're in the soft audit with IOG. So Plutus devs are taking a look at our contracts and all of our code at this time, and really kind of getting us ready for the Tweak official independent audit, if you will. I think next major milestone is probably going to just be finalizing everything with the liquidation pool, having all of that contract code basically tested and documented before we enter and really finalize the IOHK audit and start the Tweak audit. Those are kind of the next major technical milestones for us right now. That's it. Thank you.
Where are we going next?
I will pass it off to Daniel.
Is there more than one Daniel? This question.
Daniel Leping, Tesseract. Daniel?
Yeah, hey guys.
There we go.
Haven't been in a meeting for a while. Nice to see you all. Should I report for the last 2 weeks or since we last met? What's the preference here?
Whatever's the most salient, right? We had a week off.
So okay, then I would like to split the report into 2 short parts. One is specifically about the library that is a deliverable for the grant we received. And here I'm glad to tell we've finished one of the major milestones and covered it with comprehensive testing. And this part is done. So in a way, it's already usable by the Cardano developers on iOS. And this is the first real deliverable that is, usable finally. So now our plan here is to start working on a more friendlier APIs that we think are essential to build Cardano applications and the wallets, like less technical stuff and more usability stuff to send transactions and everything, make it simpler. One more update, we've created a leave update progress page right in the GitHub, so everyone can come and track the progress right on the GitHub page, where we are updating community with the results. And I think that, well, here I would also request something. I want to give a word to Igor, because we can, I think, benefit from working together on some stuff with one of the awardees of the other grants. This is the Blockfrost company that is providing their interface for Swift. And well, if we could get in touch and you can maybe make an intro, that would be amazing. And
do you mean 5 binaries?
Huh? Sorry?
Do you mean 5 binaries that are working on?
Yeah. I think this is the name of the company. I know they are doing Blockfrost APIs.
Yeah. I'll put you in touch with Marek. No problems, Marek.
Yeah, this could really benefit the speed of our deliverables if we could just use their libraries instead of doing our own stuff.
No worries.
Yeah.
You ping me on Telegram and I'll just connect you guys.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I'll ping you personally. Cool. Thank you.
Please.
And the second part, to be very short, so our ultimate deliverable here is less of a library, right? It's just a prerequisite. And ultimately, we are working on a dApp wallet connection so that the dApps can connect to the wallet for signing transactions in Cardano ecosystem. And here I can say that we made quite a lot of progress in the business development also with other networks to make it more a universal solution and secured some funding. So it is in a very active development, and we can bring something to the Cardano community, I think, closer to the autumn this year. And we will be presenting something pretty awesome.
Great. Good stuff. Looking forward to seeing it. Thank you, Daniel.
Yeah, and one more just tiny thing, just an organizational thing. If this is somehow possible, to create a calendar of the meetings and the reporting dates, just not to, go into the chat all the time and monitor and ask people and get messy, so that I let's say would love to see it in my calendar, and I know, okay, this is the report date.
I've got a really good life hack. Here's a really good life hack. Create a calendar entry and send.
Yeah, a calendar is a great life hack. Okay, so I would really love to give Igor, our co-founder, another word before we pass it to somebody else, so that he could explain maybe more a little bit of technical details for the report, for the purpose of the reporting.
Hi guys, I'm Igor from the Tezeract team. So what was done in general, we got full core of Swift library. It's with tests, a lot of tests. So it works, we know that it works. You can build transaction, sign transaction, all this stuff for Cardano on Swift on iOS. What we want to do, we want to add networking, and for this we want to work with Blockfrost, because I think it's a good solution for quick, for iOS networking. And we find out that they have in Fund 4, they have proposal and it's approved. So it's good to connect to them. And yeah, and that's why we will switch to milestones, because we thought to get networking before APIs, like developer-friendly APIs. But right now, I think we will work on developer-friendly APIs, and we will wait while Blockfrost will do their networking library and then integrate it into our Cardano library.
Awesome. Thanks, Igor. Where do you want to hand to next?
Can you please do this, because a lot of people and I don't know.
Of course, yeah, sure. I'm going to come to lead Tonno.
Hello. So I'm here on behalf of the Great Filter, and our update since last is we've been working on our analysis runbooks and our marketing plans, as well as a soft onboarding for our team leaders. We've also been horrified by the tremendous success of Fund 6, We were expecting to see approximately 30 to 60% growth in proposals, but Fund 6 has more than doubled. And so we've had to do some adjustments as well and have readjusted our plans and our budgets to be able to accommodate for well over 1,000 proposals expectations in Fund 7. The next milestone coming up would be the completion of the analysis run books, which we expect to have completed within the next 2 weeks. Let's keep that short and sweet then. Polish dumpling? Or
she gone?
She's not ready, then how about Michael Yagi? Have you one?
The only thing I will say before Michael takes over, we ran a sweepstake internally, and I had a similar sort of bet as you lead time. And Door won. Michael, to you.
Yeah. So we have quite a bit of updates. So basically, our proposal was for the Cardano or the GraphDB sidechain with Flurry. So we finished kind of refining the deliverables with Flurry, who we've recently partnered with. We're getting ready for a press release, which is going out a couple days in correlation or in tandem with Flurry, who's helping us with that. We finished the website for an updated kind of project proposal, and it's called logosphere.io. And you can learn a lot more about that, which is kind of building off of our current proposal. And it's about layer 2 data sharing, which is kind of addressing a lot of the FUD and kind of the concern that's going around right now. So that's going to be great. And we're figuring out how to kind of promote that, since a lot of people's eyes are focused on it. And we've been kind of talking about this being an issue for a while, and we've been working on it for several months now. So we're excited to kind of show what we have been going on there. We're also have a meeting set up with Gimbal Labs. So that's going to be with Roberto and James, I believe, on Thursday. And that's going to be kind of kicking off some talks about doing initiating a kind of a strategic partnership with getting our work running on other stake pools to help just further decentralize our whole ecosystem. And internally, we've also been working on the prototype of everything that we've been talking about as well. So quite a few updates there, yeah.
I muted myself. What's coming next, Michael?
What's coming next is we'll be releasing some podcasts and more PR stuff about what we've been working on. But internally, we were kind of just moving forward with the development, and then hopefully we'll see what comes out of the talks on Thursday with Gimbal Labs to see what kind of work can be done there with getting in contact with other stake pools and incentivizing people to run our software. Yeah, so that's our update on our end.
Great stuff, Michael. Please hand the baton.
Let's see, who has not gone yet? How about Phil K?
Thank you. A quick update first on the infographic series. I've sent the brief to the designer. It's now in her hands, but she has got a sick daughter that's been an ongoing problem for a few months now. So yeah, hopefully she'll get that done. It's a very small proposal to get done, but it just is still sitting around. The landing page, we've had a good success. We've done our first public bounty, which means that someone picked up the bounty that we put out publicly and basically redesigned the landing page, which was an issue that got presented in the GitHub, and they got paid a bounty for that. They've also worked on another couple of bounties, and we've done a few internal bounties. And this is for the landing page. Hopefully we'll get the bounty system ironed out and released publicly. And I'm hoping to be able to present that in the town hall in the coming weeks. Let's say hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Then there's the community tools proposal in Fund 5. That is basically done because that was a pre-developed proposal. We are just finishing up the proposal review tool to help with proposers with the QA process. So in between the CA and the VCA process, the proposals, which hopefully you guys might be aware of, get an opportunity to provide feedback to the assessments from the CAs. And part of our proposal was to have a simple tool to help proposals do that. That should be ready for Fund 6, so in the next couple of weeks or 9 days, hopefully. And then that would end that proposal. So we'll be able to close that one up, which would be good.
Thanks, Phil. I guess if there's unless there's anything else, do you want to hand over?
Yeah, Valen.
Valen's gone. I'll tell you what, this is the point in the meeting where everybody needs to thumb up.
Kendrick, I think, hasn't gone yet.
Go for it, Kenrick.
Yes, I can go ahead. Thanks. Yes, so I'm leading the Diversified Voting Influence project. We completed in the first month of the project the literature review, focusing principally on quadratic voting and square root voting. As we go forward this month, we've had good meetings with Mikal from the IOG Voltaire group, and he is putting together right now data sets for us to analyze during this second month of effort. Megan Hess of the WADA Alliance is also planning to join us to assist us with our communication of the results to the larger community. And we're also partnered now on the follow-on effort for Fund 6. Thank you.
Great, Kenrick. And what's next?
Yeah, so the next thing, we're starting the technical analysis of how you weight votes so that the influence is diversified across the broader sector of the community. The two principal methods are the square root voting and the quadratic voting, and then generalizations of both of those.
Very cool. Cool. So please hand the baton. There's a bunch of
people. Oh, yes. Excuse me. All right. So David Poulin.
Yes. Hi. Thanks. Hello, everyone. So my name is David Poulin. We are iGiveIt, a donation platform to bring transparency when you give donations to charities. So updates from the last, well, that's my first update. So we are we have completed our demo in the wireframe phase. Now we are moving on to the design phase, adding colors and fonts and what pretty things. It's going well. We have been updating our website, igiveit.org, so to give more information, and also in conjunction with Fund 6, because we have a proposal for Fund 6 for our phase 2. So this is also what we've been doing, finalizing that this week, of course. Then we have been creating a progress Google Doc that I'm still wondering where to post it in order for you guys to be able to read it, and because I don't know where is the best place to put that document.
In the Telegram chat, if you can, David. Maybe you can also pass it on to Phil, Victor, and Lucio to put it on the voter tool or the Catalyst community site. It's an idea.
Done. Thanks. Then, yeah, so that's pretty much it. We're searching for a social media manager right now to manage all the posting and publicity to get funded for Fund 6, because there's quite a few of us in the D-apps and all the other challenges. So, and no time to do any of these things because of my normal day job. And now next, what's coming up is to complete our high fidelity demo, what the Fund 5 was for. So we, if all goes well, within 2 weeks, we'll be completed our Fund 5. So moving on to Fund 6, hopefully. Thanks. Awesome. Moving on to Frédéric Samboura.
Thank you, merci. Yes, so my proposal was about creating awareness among policymakers in the DRC. Our first update was that we held up a meetup in Goma through ISDER-GL. ISDER-GL is a higher education institution for which I'm the head of the board of directors. So I kind of allocate rooms to those meetups. Through the WADA Catalyst Foundation, again, Catalyst Forum, which was held on the 28th, we were able again to fund another meetup, which was involving public servants. And also we got Jeremy from the Cardano Foundation who presented as well. I think I think WADA will be able to share those videos of the meetups. The next point will be that in mid-October, because Parliament is in recess now, but in mid-October they will be back in Parliament sessions in the beginning of October, and some MPs have volunteered to sponsor the conference, which is going to be held within the Parliament, so that they will be informed about what blockchain is, what are the applications that we were able to discuss with those public servants who gave us good feedbacks that we're going to input into our presentations to policymakers. And I plan on, once I get the dates, I plan on again of inviting a representative from the Cardano Foundation to also give a presentation at the event. So which is also good. And that was for Fund 4. Meanwhile, again, ISDER-GL will host the Goma Summit in person for 2 days for 100 people. We have enough space for social distancing. I'll be attending myself in person in Goma, and hopefully we're also submitting something in Fund 6 for the deeds for students. Thanks.
Great, Frederick. Good work. And please feel free to nominate your next speaker.
My next person will be Patrick Toble.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Very nice to be here. I'm Patrick from NFT Maker. I'm going to try to keep it short. From the technology side, we have been working mostly on front-end developments and getting the UX right. That's our main focus anyways, so that's basically what we do always. Besides that, we have actually onboarded a Plutus developer and are working on the auction smart contracts and stuff like that. That's also like one of the big next milestones. And from the business side, there's actually a lot happening there. We've received amazing offers for investment and are potentially scaling up to incredible sizes, which I can't really believe. So yes, that's about it, to be very short. And who's next or what's next?
What's next?
What's next? So next is an MVP of our working auction page, essentially. We have most of that already ready. We want to have the smart contract live on testnet, and then we want to basically be able to test that. Amazing. So that's hopefully in the next 3 weeks, I guess.
Good stuff, Patrick. And please hand over.
Sure, I'll pick Alexander.
Hi, I'm Alex from Moon, and let's see. So we have been, our project is applying and beginning to build formal verification for our domain-specific language Glow for building dApps. And the big challenge we've had so far is that we had someone lined up for the formal verification when we put our proposal in, and that person got hired out from under us while we were waiting. But we have recently, we have another interview later this afternoon, and we think we found our developer for that, and we're excited about that. Lots of other things have been going on with the company, but the specific stuff related to the proposal has been focused on finding someone to help us start implementing formal verification for dApps built with Glow. And the next thing is to land this person or someone else and actually begin implementing the formal verification architecture and designing and determining which pieces need to be verified first.
Great stuff, Alex. That's great. That's really good. So do you need was that a call to action? You said you're looking for someone to help you with formal verification. Is that a shout out or a call to arms? Like, is anybody able to? I would imagine PC can help with that.
Did have a couple of conversations based on on the initial intro meeting from that, and but right now, fingers crossed. I think we found our person. So, knock on wood. We'll have some at least sketches of what this is going to look like for our next meeting. So I'm excited about that.
Good luck.
Thanks. And I guess Roberto can go next.
Thank you. Excuse me, I had to turn off the camera to give some privacy to my girlfriend. So since last call, well, which I missed, by the way, excuse me for that also. We've been deploying Dandelion APIs to a new location. We now are backed by a new deployment in Amsterdam, Netherlands, besides the traditional one running on Paris, France. We also updated the deployment to use latest version, so we could cross the hard fork happening in the public testnet that happened. So now we are ready for Alonso. We updated the customized Dandelion project. So if anyone want to check there is a separate branch from master for deploying the version DBC version 11. We also started the incentivized alpha network. We have a dedicated budget for deploying more Dandelion. So we started a weekly open community call where we decided to invest the money that we originally asked for cloud services for operators that wanted to participate on the network. We decided to use it to buy bare metal nodes, so this investment can last longer. I think I can turn on the camera for a second, and we have these little babies here waiting to be to get Ubuntu install, then Kubernetes, and then deploy Dandelion on them. When I can certify that it's enough to keep syncing mainnet, we can start distributing the funds for the operators that apply to deploy on this setup. Yeah, that's been what we've accomplished, and the next steps it's actually sending these nodes to the operators, keep on working on the infrastructure side, incorporating the setup of Dandelion using snapshots from IOHK, so the sync doesn't take up to 4 days for mainnet. Also keep working on game changer wallet integration, which is a Fund 6 proposal, by the way, that he's using the free community service to support their production workload, because they have the need. Go on working with all the community.
Thanks, Roberto. I'm going to hand over to Jeff, just because Jeff, I believe, has got to dash.
Thank you, Chris. Hi, guys. It's Jeff from Fund 4, University College Outreach, here at the University of Ottawa in Canada. A brief update: since last time we produced a podcast that was 15 minutes in length. It's been viewed just under 900 times. We use that as a tool in combination with Twitter to engage with professors and university and college students throughout the globe. We host information sessions live on Zoom and on Twitch. So far, 1,680 students. From that, thank you. From that, we were able to drive 11 proposals to Project Catalyst by 6 different proposers. We hope to, part of our raison d'etre is to live off the refer rewards and move away from having to live off of Project Catalyst funds. So with that in mind, we hope that the Catalyst management team will continue to boost the refer rewards as Catalyst grows. We also would just like to say that we have found Twitter has been an excellent tool for us to engage with people. When we started this project about a month ago, we were not very well engaged on Twitter, but now that we do this 4 times a day, we have seen a 2.5x growth in our Twitter followers, and we have found that to be an excellent tool to engage with the professors and the students. And the last thing that I'd like to say is that we really appreciate this forum. We find it absolutely beneficial to us. So thank you.
Awesome. That's yeah. I mean, everybody's work's astounding, but just really cool to hear when it's just like one thing after another. Very cool, Jeff. But as I said, everybody's work is really outstanding and inspiring. Jeff, who do you want to hand to?
I'm sorry, Chris, I can't see it, and I do have to go.
Okay, Jeff, you take care. Bullish Dumpling, coming to you.
Thank you, Chris. I'll make it very quick. I am Dumpling from Fund 4, representing Cardano China Info Hub. So for the milestones, I'll give you some numbers. Hit 2,000 subscribers on both YouTube and Chinese domestic video channels. Telegram group, over 600 members, very high quality people there. Extremely clean chat with very strict group rules. People are contributing from all aspects. So far, I have already hit my target, I think over 20 times of my initial KPI. So now the challenge is about expansion. So the challenge comes censorship on the Chinese platform due to unclear guidelines when it comes to cryptocurrency videos. Sometimes they censor the video, sometimes they don't. And when I reach out to them, they can't really say exactly what it is. So far, the theory is that if I make tutorial videos about crypto, then there's a higher chance of being censored, but that's just the theory. So further investigation is needed. That's challenge number 1 for my expansion in the future. Another challenge is that I have had so many members in my group. People are chatting about very different topics. So I need to divert them into different channels. But obviously having 10 different Telegram groups is not very viable for people. Discord might be an option, but the thing is, Chinese people are not used to using Discord at all. So far, there's not a perfect substitute to Discord yet. So still need further research to find a similar platform that Chinese people use. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Super interesting, Bullish. Why don't you hand over? Can you see who's left?
Yes, I hand over to George Lovegrove.
Hey, thank you. Cool. So I have 4 proposals for PACE from Fund 5. I've also been busy on Fund 6 proposals and looking at other people's, because there's usually quite a lot of opportunities to collaborate. So that's been another thing to be doing. In terms of updates, so the community list is kind of plodding along. The education resources where I've focused most of my time this last week, a bit apart from the proposals. And I've made a presentation for that and recorded it. I'm hoping if I can snatch into tomorrow's town hall, I want to share that and then open the floor for a week for feedback, getting some more like people's ideas. And then hopefully after that, hopefully I can meet with RIG and take it from there to kind of push that forward. For the improved proposal information and project tracking proposals, I've been in chat with Darlington from Lido Nation for a while, and we've kind of finalized now a partnership. So my experience tech-wise is more front end, so like mobile and web, and his experience is more DevOps and back end. So it was a bit of like a yin and yang situation in terms of the perfect collaboration. So we're going to be working together on basically doing all of the Catalyst data, and he's going to help with hosting all of that, with something that he's already worked on. So that's that partnership I'll hopefully announce tomorrow as well. Moving forward into next week's, I've got some housekeeping to do on the website, a bit of improvements to do there. What else? We can hopefully having some meetings in the feedback session with the education resources, and then hopefully cracking on and actually pushing forward with the data collection for the proposal tracking and the proposal information stuff. And then final thing, I guess, is obviously I'm just talking to the accountant a lot, trying to work out how to structure all the tax for everything that's going on. So getting close to finishing that as well, which is an important one. And that is it for me. So I will pass over to Martine.
Martin, do you want to go?
Is my microphone working? Well, you're super low. Tell you what, while you sort that out, I'm going to hand to Michelle, and then
you just boost your work and then we'll go from there.
Okay, thanks. Hello, everyone. So yeah, my name is Michiel. I'm the proposer for a project under Fund 5 under Metadata Challenge, which is called Control Your Data Privacy Ledger. And so under this project, we allow you as an individual to use data subject rights to tell companies what they can and cannot do with your data. And so the biggest challenge I had when submitting this project a couple of months ago was that we didn't have the technical resources to actually make this project a success. In the meantime, we did find them an amazing team led by Raja, who is also on the call. And maybe Raja will give you a short 1-minute update on where we are with the technical steps.
Yes, cool. Thank you, Michiel. As Michiel already mentioned, we need to somehow find a way to encrypt messages in a multi-party way so that there are two parties, the user and the brands, which need to see that message. And also we as a platform provider, we need to be able to do that. And that's what we have done in this sprint. So we have now implemented something similar to a broadcast encryption, if you want to look it up. And that is now a standalone project. Proof of concept is done. And in the next sprint, we will implement that to our platform and make sure that finally this information will be on Cardano testnet.
Good stuff. Raj, do you want to hand over or back to Michelle?
Steve.
Well, actually, why don't we come back to, sorry if I was, I don't want to take people's, where were we? Martin, were you with us still? I don't think so. Steve, why don't you go then?
Sure, no worries. So our team had a very productive couple of weeks. We've now completed the set of deliverables promised as part of our Fund 5 proposal. Our proposal was Oracle performance metrics, by the way. We have our MVP up and running, which gives us 2 housekeeping items to go. So first, we're trying to coordinate a chat with Ilan Lugo from the IO team to get feedback from the metadata team at IOG. We're all based in Melbourne, Australia, so finding the right time slot's a little challenging, but we'll sort that out. After that, we'll schedule in a town hall demonstration where we can demonstrate reporting of Oracle metrics for a range of use cases we're coming up with. It's fun coming up with those. Finally, after publishing our protocol schema on our GitHub repo, several Fund 6 proposals reached out to see how we could collaborate. So we had one session with a team based in Sydney yesterday, and we've got another at the end of the week. So it's that's really exciting. I'll hand over to the wise and powerful Filippo Vici.
Hello guys, I'm Marian. I'm actually for the first time here. I'm the representative of end-to-end no-code Cardano apps, which is nice to see you all. My project is a connector for a Cardano connector for our platform, our no-code platform. We actually started this month working on this project. Just hired the first developer and started working on design and the initial architecture for this. And the next milestone actually is this, finishing up the design and the architecture until the end of month. And starting with the next month, we'll start out with developing the connector. So that's it. And let's see who's up. I'll pass it to Jay Caso.
Great work, Mariam. Welcome to the community.
Yeah, that's me. Hi all. My name is Jaime Caso. I'm building the C64 wallet for minting NFTs on chain without third parties like IPFS, and also being able to sign the NFT to link with the artist. The development is divided into parts, the wallet side and then the use case for minting the NFT. I started with the wallet side. In the first stage, I used Electron.js to build a desktop wallet, but after a few weeks, I didn't feel really comfortable with the format. It wasn't easy and simple user experience. You have to download the program from somewhere about 200 megas, wait to install it, and finally play with this unique use case. So that's too much for just one use case. So that's why I decided to move on in a different way and start a new wallet as browser extension. A few months ago, I received some tokens from the incentivized testnet from Mina Protocol. They are using their own Ouroboros version. So because that, I'm holding these tokens in a browser station wallet, and I went into that wallet and started to check how easy it should be to use it and adapt to Cardano. And finally, I forked that wallet and started to adapt it. And as I save time and resources in the upside, I wanted to improve the wallet. So I'm migrating the code to TypeScript. Also, I'm using IndexedDB for the data persistence and cache. And until today, you can create accounts with the Yoroi libs. You can persist the data. You can switch between mainnet and testnet. And also, you can add your custom endpoints. Next steps will be build and submit transactions and start developing the user interface for minting the NFT in a full screening process. And I expect to have done all of this for the next big weekly report. And yeah, that's all for my update. So thank you guys. And I will give the word to Donatas Barnos.
Hey, good evening, guys. This is Donatas from Estati, the real estate investment platform. Since last meeting, we actually established a new communication with one of the Swiss companies for brokerage for real estate transactions as well. This is crypto to fiat, so they can help out with processing USD, Euro, and Swiss franc transactions as well. We also published a little bit of content in Russian language, since we have some of the leads coming from Russia to invest in the Middle East. On top of that, I managed to establish a contact with the software development company from the US, who's going to help out with the smart contract development. So we're going to start with wallet-to-wallet transaction, including the deposit and the arbitration. So this is going to be our goal for the upcoming weeks as well, to actually try and develop a smart contract structure and put it on a testnet to try it out and see if it works. So that's it from my side, and I'm giving the word to Dumpling. I
think maybe Bullish has been already, Bullish Dumpling, unless this is a...
Oh, it's the same one, or
it could be
yeah, it's me. I don't know why my name shows so strange. Sorry.
Okay, so there's Martin money here.
I thought it was a fork of Bullish Dumpling.
Okay. So Jay Casso, are you the last one left?
No, it's Martin. It's Martin. It is Martin indeed.
I'll give it a second try. Do you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Perfect. So I'm working on the paper wallet terminal. It's like a payment terminal cash register. And well, the housing is almost completely done. I have to make some modifications to make it perfect. So that's what I'm going to do next 2 weeks. I was working now on the software. So I run Odoo as like a cash register interface. I run a node, like there's a Raspberry Pi inside. The Cardano node runs, only the wallet, you cannot compile it because it's dependent on script, and yeah, that doesn't work together. So small hiccup. Maybe I have to do something else, but I wanted to use Python Cardano because Odoo also uses Python, so that matches well with each other. Next week, I'm going to first do the payment provider plugin on a PC for Odoo. So then you can verify transactions. So it works as a cash register.
Wow.
And is there somebody next? Or am I the last one?
You know what, Martin? I think you are the last one.
Really?
Guys, that was awesome. I mean, that was a whistle-stop tour of innovation there and thereabouts, right? Everybody is rattling on with their projects. I'm so proud to see how far everybody comes, right, time by time, and you know, long may it continue. I just want to get a quick show of hands, and I know that people are got to go, right? But we are going to try this video format, this video upload format. But I kind of get the sense that we also quite like this format a little bit too. I just want to know if anybody's got a view. I mean, I'm not asking is one better than the other. One of the things I don't want to lose, or I don't think any of us really want to lose, is this opportunity to come together, talk a little bit about our projects and see where there's opportunities to collaborate or learn. And I know we have town hall, we have after town hall, we have all these kind of things, but this is, to quote the Goonies, this is our time, right? Anybody got a view?
I got two Lovelaces on that. So we're doing two different things right now here. Number one is that we are giving our updates about what we've been doing, primarily to you as the representative of Project Catalyst. The other thing that we're doing is that we're show and telling for everybody else or the other proposers, which tend to also ignite some sparks and conversation that carries on after that. So I think I like the idea of submitting in the reporting aspect as videos, because it matters less to everybody else to hear my update insofar as reporting on the project progression and making sure that everything's on track there. And then as a separate thing, doing the community call or whatever you want to call it, where I'd be able to talk in a more informal way to all the other proposers. I think that would function better, so that we don't try to solve everything in a single call, because it can get a little bit messy.
I agree. This is why this is intended to be quite structured, just about this, but I also think it's a burn on everybody's time just to wait around, just to present for sort of 2 minutes. Anybody else got a view?
Yeah, I feel like it's nice to meet, so let's keep doing that, and let's do the video idea, at least experiment with that. And if we give the videos with enough time before this meeting, so maybe it's a week of video and then a week, then the next week is the meeting kind of thing. So we've got this cadence sort of thing. And then I was wondering if people who want to participate in it maybe watch a handful of videos of the projects and then have an opportunity to ask questions or propose, to actually address each proposal.
Point.
And I think that could be quite an interesting, more interesting than just listening to the updates. Like if we actually participate in each other's activities. So if we watch the updates, like you don't have to watch all of them, because I think that won't work necessarily either. But if we watch like a handful of updates, yeah.
There's a naming convention on the file types or the YouTube video, whatever it is. You can watch a bunch of them, the ones that you want to watch, maybe more so than others. There needs to be a central repository for it, whether it's YouTube or somewhere else, whatever it might be. And then we can use these meetings to kind of come together, discuss sort of collaborative ideas, right? Collective.
I mean, even using the swarm idea of having breakout rooms, maybe, so that like if I'm having a particular problem or want to discuss a particular thing, we could actually separate them out.
Probably by funder or challenge.
Yeah, no, I think by like, if this week I want to discuss something, right? Like I might have something particularly pressing for me, and people might want to be able to come and input into that idea. So it's kind of like the after town hall session where we break out into like useful discussions debate based on what we're interested in.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a related comment. I wondered, as we get to be a larger group, are you planning to have meetings segmented by the challenges?
Possibly. I mean, it's not possibly, it's probably really challenges, maybe fund, 150 updates is going to be really, it's kind of difficult to manage now. When we double that number in a few weeks time, it's almost untenable. Ken.
So it makes sense to me if you roll it out like per challenge, not per fund. For value onboarding, it doesn't make sense for me to listen into a lot of conversation about development. But if I speak to, and like I've already kind of had the side chat with another gentleman who needs a marketer, and I have a marketer, and I'm going to put those in contact. But if we can network and say, hey, what are our needs? What are our wants? The reason for this, where I'm seeing, is so that you guys know, you as in IOHK knows that we're doing what we're doing, and here's our presentation for that. And I think that can be fulfilled in other ways. But what's most important for me is to network with the cohorts, the people who are moving forward and doing things with this and actually funded to do that. So if we have a marketer and we need one, we can share that. If I know somebody that needs graphics or does that, I'm not blindly searching. I'm using all of you to say, hey guys, do you know anyone that can draw a picture of a flower or whatever? And someone else can raise their hand and on the side answer that question, or directly. So that's what I think is important to me. And if you do think about categorizing it, filtering it to the challenge types, then you have the same body of people talking about the same related thing, and we all get better about that.
Yeah, and you all get to know each other. You're in similar positions.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm going to challenge the idea just for a second, and we'll draw to a close. We'll close in like 5 minutes, right? I also think there's a lot of value in everybody learning about how progress is taking shape in other projects to kind of inspire and drive other people forward. I know that it's a suck on people's time, right? We spent an hour and 15 minutes talking about people's project updates, but I would imagine that there's a sense of drive that is instilled in all of us when we hear about how people are moving forward, and understanding that there are problems that can be overcome. And yeah, the only problem with like a kind of open forum for discussions around just any chats, we lose this this understanding of where each of us are in our projects unless it's explicitly discussed. And this kind of format forces that. But I also appreciate that in a few weeks' time, it's really not practical. So it's one of those things. It's a rock and a hard place, chicken and egg scenario.
But maybe we focus on particular challenges each week so that not everyone's presenting every week.
Maybe really good idea.
Right.
Maybe
so then yeah, I forgot my train of thought, but yeah, we could do that. And then if you have something pressing, you can also put your hand up and present. But we make it like half an hour of presentations, and next week a different group of challenges presents. And if anyone's got really pressing stuff,
yeah, we could almost have a breakout room that's just about pressing stuff, and then another that's just about updates or something like that. I like that train of thought. See, innovating on the fly.
I want to build on Phil's point there as well.
I think
it'll be a good idea to either set things up as like a thematic category that will be discussed, or in other words, like the real core of it all is that it does need to be voluntary. I don't think that we you could argue that right now we're taking everybody hostage to give them this diversity of what is everybody else doing, because they have to be here for the reporting function of what they're doing themselves. And I think some people benefit from that, and other people just tune out and waiting until it's their turn. You can lead a horse to Cardano, but you can't make it delegate. So at a certain level, it's also their own responsibility to be seeking that out if they want to broaden the horizons, if they want that more information. I think it helps a lot giving it structure like Phil is suggesting. Like if there's a talking point, if there's a category, then it doesn't become as diffuse, and it also scales a lot better with a lot more proposal leaders.
Yeah, I agree with both sides. I see the point on both sides. Just to sort of address the point of these reports, kind of have to be, but I mean, really the kind of the minimum expectation is that there are reports being made and that we're able to make them public to the community. So, it's not to pick on your point, Lead, but the point that was made earlier that, it's to show up, to show that IOHK to us that, that projects are moving forward. Actually, this is all to then disseminate and publish to the community. Just to bring that point back back to the sort of four. Aidan, I think you've probably got the last word, if you choose.
Yeah, so I mean, one thing I want to point out is that the potential for collaboration is really exciting in terms of hearing other people's projects. I think one problem I run into is I don't know we don't have enough time really to detail what our own projects are and then elaborate on the updates. So for example, one thing is I might not fully understand what a project is, therefore it's hard for me to determine like what's going on from like an update perspective. Like I kind of feel like I'm trying to like analyze and kind of put together what a project is based off of their update. So I think one thing that would be nice would just be providing a way so that we can all have that networking capacity, and maybe that happens through Telegram or Discord. But then I like Phil's idea of like, hey, maybe, you know, 1 week, I mean, every 2 weeks we'll all submit video reports like mentioned, but maybe, you know, 1 week we just focus on one challenge or something of that nature. But I definitely am running into the problem of not fully understanding what a project is as they're presenting.
Yeah, I think what I'm beginning to feel is that the thematic idea is great, and chances are we can have an updates session every single week for different themes. Doesn't mean that everybody needs to show up. You know, I'll have to show up, obviously, and that's fine. That's what I'm here to do. But that, to me, it makes sense. Like I'd be here every week anyway. Most of us are here on Wednesdays anyway, right? So if I'm here on Tuesdays and we just do theme to theme, it's, you know, it's that could be probably something that's easily more manageable. And I agree to the point, because it's almost like information overload, right? Whereas if we've got the same group of people typically showing up from the same thematic area, it's easier to see what those opportunities are and navigate the weeds. Everybody, I just want to say thank you very much for all of that, you know, conscious thought and stepping up, and once again sharing your great and wonderful news with not just me, but with the entire Cardano community, and certainly those who go and seek it out. I guess, yeah, I'll see half of you tomorrow, I'd imagine. And to everyone else, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time, hopefully with a slightly altered, augmented process.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye,
Thanks
everyone.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, bye.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Merci.
Thank you all.
Oh, well.
Thanks, Chris.
Welcome. Very welcome. Oh, Miraf.
Did we miss her?
Miraf, you're gonna present your updates to me.
And me, why not?
And Phil. Miraf, are you here? I hope so. I'm not going to go into
till either she goes or yeah, I just wanted to say that it sounds like an interesting development in the why not take it in a different direction. And with FUD 6, it's gonna be chaos.
I mean, man, it's already chaos. And the two colleagues that joined us earlier on, I'll stop the recording. Hold on. Stop.